Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. Alright? We're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. Alright, now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, pardon me, y'all. I was on vacation for the weekend, so I couldn't get this video done because the last two videos I did was on my phone. And I hate the way it sounds because I left the mic, and so did y'all because I seen the comments. However, I just had to get those videos out, so it is what it is. So I said that I can't do another video like that, so I was going to wait until I got back home to do this video because we finally found the key person to back up what we've been saying the whole time. And this time, you can't say it's a conspiracy theory or any of that because this is coming from someone who was actually there, right? And he's explaining everything he's seen with his own two eyes. And I want y'all to pay attention to when he says that everything seemed like a quote unquote setup, right? Because what he says goes against everything we've been told and added an extra part to the story because we've been saying it and everyone else swears it's some type of conspiracy. But now, what are you going to say to a person that's seen everything and still saying the same thing as us, which is something wasn't right? All right, so we're going to get into the video so y'all can check it out for yourselves and then talk about it afterwards. Shout out to Seti Nash for pointing this out in the first place, and let's get into the video.
If y'all would have been out here, you would have seen what I'm talking about. These motherfuckers just pulled up, jumping out the car shit. Like, they knew whatever they was going on. Yeah, they was set up before they got down. Yeah, they was set up before they got down.
Now, did y'all hear that, right? Two key things that man said. He said, quote, "These MFs just pulled up, jumping out the car, shooting." And then the next thing he said was, quote, "They knew whatever they was going on, they set up before they got down here." Once again, they set up before they got down here. Now, this is coming from someone that was literally on the scene and seen everything before Vaughn got there and after Vaughn got there. He's seen everything play out. And his statements put everything into perspective because to this day, no one could tell us why they were even at that hookah lounge. Nobody. And they know that they can't tell us that Vaughn wanted to go to a damn hookah lounge when he already celebrated his album release, which just wouldn't make sense. Then it would contradict everything 100K Track said because he said Vaughn was asleep. So if Vaughn was asleep, then why would he want to go to a hookah lounge afterwards? Because he also described that Vaughn just wasn't himself. So what would give him the energy, and everything to just go to a hookah lounge in Atlanta? Then I hate to reiterate everything we've already went over when it comes to the red flags in this whole situation. So y'all could just search the channel for all the vids we did covering this story already. But like I always stated, it makes no sense how they claim Vaughn was asleep in the first place like Track said, then someone woke him up to let him know that Quando was outside. Now, first off, who was that person? Because he is the sole reason Vaughn isn't here today. Now, we do all got our own assumptions. Some say it was Track that woke him up. Some say Boss Top. Some say Muwap. It's like, it's all type of stories, but none of them was 100% confirmed. All right. But on another note, how ironic that Quando Rondo was literally sitting in front of a hookah lounge like he's just some average regular person just kicking it, talking it from outside the window of the car. No fans walked over and to run and talk to him, no nothing. And not to mention, if they was there first, you mean to tell me nobody noticed Quando Rondo clearly in front of the hookah lounge when they first pulled up? 100K Track says that security went in first to check everything, and that's their regular protocol. So you mean to tell me security didn't see or know that Quando and his peoples was inside or outside of the hookah lounge? Nobody's seen Quando, right? So let's jump back to when he said that there was a car that pulled up and just started shooting, because we were never aware about a car pulling up and shooting at all. Where did the car come from? And the next question is, who was in that car? Because all we heard was that officers were shooting, which are the ones that shot Slutty and Louie, and then Lil Tim was the person that shot Vaughn, right? So now the next question is, where did the car come from? Who was in the car? And if y'all remember, the officers at the scene was in question too, because some say that they was the ones that was started shooting first and they shot the most. Then you got to wonder, if Lil Tim supposedly was the first one to shoot a weapon, why wasn't he hit as much times as Vaughn? How come everybody else but him was hit as much times as they was hit, and he was the one with the weapon who quote unquote fired first? How is it that Slutty lost his life and Lil Tim didn't get hit at all? He got a little leg hit, but it doesn't make sense. But that's because, like we've been saying, it was all a setup. Those cops, them quote unquote cops, knew that Slutty and Louie had to get shot and distracted, because if not, they would have been the ones shooting for Vaughn. So they had to get taken out first in order for everything to unfold according to plan. Because think about it, why else would the cops need to shoot them that many times? Then if you listen to what the bystander who witnessed everything said, he said that one individual was just shooting the other individual and the other was shooting back, but whoever was shooting him from over there was hitting him because he seen his body jerked.
Look, I was sitting right here looking at it. Then there was one right here. He had a gun in his hand. Look, he was shooting back, but that was shooting at him. Whoever was shooting at him was hitting. Because I seen his body jerk. He failed. I was like, oh, that's when he know every bullet he shot at. Yeah. So whoever that was, that nigga shooting.
So it's as if Slutty or Louie was shooting back, but they were being also shot from other angles. So it's like they're being shot at by two different people for what reason? And once again, Lil Tim was the first one to shoot. So why wasn't he touched, or why didn't the police try shooting him as many times? He seemed more like the aggressor. He had the weapon. It's not adding up. And that guy that spoke on what he witnessed, he knows something. I wonder where he's at, because aside from all the fabricated stories we gotten from these people who say that they was there, but they're all saying the same thing, his story makes the most sense and he remembers exactly what happened. And keep in mind, he don't got no affiliation to neither side, so he has no reason to lie at all. He not sugarcoating. He don't have any reason to lie about this or that. No, nothing. It's too much that went down that night that are red flags that a lot of people chose to ignore. One, from even being at the hookah lounge in the first place. Two, to someone waking Vaughn up to let him know that Quando was there. 3, 100K Track having affiliation with Quando in his camp and being King Von's manager at the same time, seen on surveillance associating with them while everything was going on. 4, to 100K Track being identified as one of the low-key officers, you know, and then Slutty and Louie being killed. They say other people were injured, but we never even hear about them. Then you got all of Vaughn's friends sitting in the corner watching everything unfold, as well as his security not doing the damn thing. I could go on forever about the red flags that occurred that night, but it's just too many. At the end of the day, something isn't making sense. Yesterday, we did a story on Asian Doll because, as y'all know, she's claiming that the reason why the charges against Lil Tim were in fact dropped is because the prosecutors, I guess, came to the reasoning that Lil Tim wasn't the one that actually shot King Von. Now, I think that, you know, she probably didn't say everything. You know, she did say that he wasn't the one that shot him, but we did see surveillance video and we know that he did, you know, shoot him at least once or maybe twice. But like I always stated, it didn't kind of make sense when they said that King Von was shot 8 times, because if we watch the surveillance video, we see Lil Tim on the floor shooting. It don't look like he shot him 8 times. Then if y'all remember, when Balo and Von's sister Kay did an interview with Mogul State of Mind, they said that Von was shot 8 times. And that was a little sketchy to us, because if Lil Tim was the only one that shot Von, it's no way that he shot Von 8 times from the footage that we were shown. So like I said, y'all, something isn't right. Nothing's making sense to this day about that night. And y'all know that the devil is the master of confusion. It's unfortunate because with all the red flags, some people are still in denial about what happened to King Von, and that's the reason why things like this will continue to happen in that industry, because we allow it. We're the ones allowing it. It's almost like being bullied. And the more the person keeps getting away with bullying you, the more it's going to continue to happen. But that's pretty much it, y'all. We've heard that the charges were dropped as well when it comes to Lil Tim. So obviously it's a lot of BS going on. We already knew that Lil Tim wasn't going to be prosecuted in the first place because it's much deeper than Lil Tim. He's just a face. But this video right here with the bystander just goes to prove that something is up. You know, and like I said, we always knew that Lil Tim wasn't going to get prosecuted because it's about to be almost 4 years. And we didn't hear nothing in regards to that case. And then now, out of nowhere, we didn't see him going to court. We didn't hear about him going to court. It was no shade room, no ball alert, no none of that. No coverage. And yet they just dropped it. No reason, no nothing. They just dropped it. All right, so y'all let me know what you guys think, man. Y'all know we've been covering this story since the situation happened. I see it's a lot of people these days suddenly making videos about it being foul play involved in Vaughn's case, which is funny because when it first occurred, those were the same people calling other people conspiracy theorists. You know, and it's funny because a lot of people, the reason why they doing it is just because of the views and subscribers that these videos get when you're speaking about King Von. But if you're not genuine, man, it's bad. But I hope we could just spread awareness to what's really going on in that industry so these artists could stop losing their lives. Whether you believe it or not, some things are undeniable, man, but people wish to not pay attention because it go against what they consider normal, you know? So it is what it is. Y'all jump in the comments, let me know how y'all feel about this. Once again, I'm gonna tell y'all right now that it's all alleged. This is all for entertainment purposes. You know, you come to your own conclusions at the end of the day. All right, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping, and I'm out.